Hi Pisces, welcome to April. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space around this reading. So this month we have a full moon in Libra on April 7th and a new moon in Taurus. And that's favorable to your sign, and that will be on the 22nd. And then Pluto in Capricorn starts to retrograde until October. So from April 25th until October 4th, Pluto will be in retrograde. So we may get a little bit of relief from some of the pressures we've been dealing with and the power struggles or these global events. We'll see. So let's see what's going on for Pisces in love. What does Pisces need to know about love and relationships for the month of April 2020. What does Pisces need to know about love and relationships for April 2020? What is coming up for Pisces in April? The Sun, the Three of Wands, the Fool, the Eight of Wands, the Emperor, the King of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Judgment. Wow. So this is good, Pisces. You have a lot of major arcana. Oh my God, you have more major arcana than other cards, pretty much. Or I think it's probably even. The Sun. This is a great card in any reading. It's like one of the best cards in the deck. It means that you can really connect with someone this month who really gets you, where you feel like it's going to bring joy back into your life, where you feel like you're just enjoying being together. It may have been a long time since you felt that way. That sense of joy, that sense of being a kid, you know, when you're a kid and you're just out playing and you just have fun and you don't even think about, you have no problems. That's the energy of the Sun. You could be dealing with a Leo with the Sun energy, or you could just be dealing with someone who is sunshine to your life, you know, bringing light back into your life, where you might have been existing in darkness before or in a difficult time. And the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of growth and birth. So whatever you have been planting, if you had plans in the works and you haven't been seeing results, you're going to start to see results. Things are going to start happening in April, because this is a card of, you know, reward for your efforts. You're going to start to see things. You might even be joining with a group of people that, if it's not a relationship, it could be just a group of people where you can enjoy yourself again. You know, you can have fun. You can feel like a sense of relief or a sense of peace. The Fool is in your past. So you're on the edge of a new cycle. You've already started a new life with the Fool. The Fool is beckoning you to start, you know, something new. And you maybe have been feeling those vibes from maybe the past month. And the Eight of Wands. This is messages coming in, love, travel. I don't know. That was in the past, so you might have done some traveling, but now I think this is more messages. Things happening quickly. You have the potential to share ideas, to communicate with someone. Someone might be communicating with you, sending you messages. But the potential for growth is there. The potential for opportunities. If it's not love messages, because sometimes the Eight of Wands can mean arrows of love, things happening quickly. It means opportunities, like career opportunities are opening up for you. And you might have more than one option. The Emperor. This is a card of being in a leadership position. You could be connecting with someone who is in an executive position, in some type of position of leadership. Someone who's very stable, very organized, someone who knows how to get things done. Maybe you're partnering with someone. And if it's a relationship, if it's a love relationship, this person is stable. It's not, it's something that you can really count on. This person will be there for you. It's not going to be a fly-by-night thing. It's going to be something, someone who's very stable, very organized, very mature. Someone who's very compassionate. And if you want to go by signs, it could be Aries, Capricorn, Scorpio. Any of the four, actually any of the fixed signs. The Emperor is solid energy. The Emperor is about discipline, focus, achieving a goal, knowing how to make things happen. So you could be dealing with someone with those qualities, or if the Eight of Wands represents job opportunities or business opportunities, you might be offered a position of leadership yourself. Now you have the King of Cups here in the future. This is the card of the healer. This person, so you could be connecting with someone who has a healing influence on you, someone you could really talk to, someone who is very calm in a crisis. They don't flip out, but they're very quiet about their feelings. So they might be, they're very sensitive, and they may not always show how they feel, but their feelings run very deep. And this person could be working in the healing profession, or counseling, something. They're just a natural counselor. They're very empathic. They love to listen to people. You can just talk to them and tell them your troubles, and you feel that they hear you. You feel that they understand, and they offer compassion and love. But they're also very quiet about it. They're not. They're hard to read sometimes. It could be hard to read because they keep their. They might have a tough exterior, but the interior is so passionate and so full of love and compassion. And look at this Ten of Cups, man. You've got the jackpot this month. Ten of Cups is pure love. So this is someone you could really connect with in a strong partnership. And it could be something brand new. A new cycle for you. And it could be a little scary because you have this Ten of Cups in your fear sector. So part of you is afraid of this relationship or afraid of this connection. You know the potential. It's almost like you sense the potential and it scares you. And so you might be a little defensive about it because you have this Nine of Wands here. This is a card of feeling, like waiting for the other shoe to drop, like you're waiting for like an attack, or you're prepared. It's like a card of preparedness. It could also mean that someone from the past comes back, the Nine of Wands, someone you thought you were done with and you'd never have a connection with this person. All of a sudden it's been revived. And this could happen in the coming months because we have Venus moving into Gemini, and then it's going to be retrograding. We're going to have Venus in Gemini all summer. But when it retrogrades, first Venus will retrograde, then Mercury will retrograde. During those two retrograde periods, you might be connecting with someone from the past. That's a potential. And you have this High Priestess here. This is a card. So you're connecting with someone who's very spiritual, just like you. Someone who you have very you think very highly of this person. The High Priestess is like someone who's very spiritual, has high ideals, has very just someone you could respect and admire. But they're also very intuitive. High Priestess is about following your intuition, feeling, listening to that inner voice. So you may feel like it may be a good idea for you to take time out and meditate or get off, like some people like to meditate, especially Pisces, you like to do your yoga, or you want to have a spiritual connection. No matter what you do in the world, you want to feel some kind of connection to the divine. And especially when you're helping others, Pisces is very compassionate, very loving, loves to be of service. But you need some downtime. So the High Priestess is telling you to take that downtime to recharge and listen to your divine guidance, because your divine guidance might be telling you, pointing you in a direction. that will be very good for you. It will change your life, give you a new lease on life, because you have the Judgment here. The Judgment is about rebirth and renewal, where you make real changes within yourself. I think this relationship can have a positive influence on your life, where you feel, it helps you to feel stronger, it helps you to battle any kind of difficulties or bad habits. Like if you have any kind of habits that you know that you need to work on, this relationship can give you inspiration to make those changes and to feel stronger. So you're coming, it's like you're coming up from, like, you know, the Judgment is kind of like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You might have been brought down so that you could be reborn to come back up, and to come back up in a better way. Judgment, but the Judgment card, you may have to forgive someone sometimes. That, you know, you have to forgive someone, or you may have to ask someone for forgiveness. There's an element of forgiveness sometimes around the Judgment. Either you have to forgive someone close to you, or they have to forgive you. You might be feeling that there needs to be some discussion. But the Judgment card is about making changes, waking up. It's about waking up and raising your consciousness and making changes because you know it's time, not waiting for change to happen. You're going to be the agent of change in April. So I think you're already kind of ready because you have the Fool in the past. So you've already been thinking about this new beginning, but you haven't really taken action. But the signs are there. The door, this is a green light card, the Eight of Wands. So the doors are going to be open. All you have to do is put your hand on the handle. You know, just put your hand on the knob, turn it. It's going to be open. It's not going to be locked to you. Nothing will be denied you in April. But you have to go after it, because the Nine of Wands is here. This is about having a goal that may have taken a long time to manifest, and you may have felt like giving up, or even maybe the other person. Maybe it's been a long time coming, and the other person might have been thinking about giving up. If someone has been interested in you and you haven't been responding, they've been, you know, it's like this last push. They're going to just try one more time, and then it's up to you if you want to respond. But I feel like this could be so positive for you. It's a brand new cycle, and it looks good with the Sun and the Judgment and the Ten of Cups. I don't think you can go wrong. And with the Emperor, stability, love that's more than physical, love that's spiritual and as well as physical. It's just pure love. The Ten of Cups is pure love. The Ten of Cups is pure joy, and so is the Sun. Someone that can really bring joy into your life. And this could be happening, it may start in April, but it may not come to fruition until like a month later. There might be some obstacles you still have to work through. So maybe we're still under lockdown or something, and it won't be until May till you'll have a chance to get together with this person. But it's there for you if you want it. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So we have the full moon in Libra in your 8th house. So this is affecting your money houses, the 8th and the 2nd. Something is coming to completion around some type of funding or some type of inheritance, financial support. And the full moon in the 8th house is also, the 8th house, it brings things into your awareness. Because the 8th house is like the house of your demons, your fears of intimacy, the things that you sweep under the rug and you don't want to deal with. And the 8th house is also the house of transformation. It's like a death. It is the house of death, but it doesn't always mean physical death. What it means, the death of the old way of being. So you're leaving behind an old way of being at this full moon, and you're starting to feel more confidence. You have to rethink your self-confidence, your self-worth. What have I been, what am I afraid of? What am I, how do I value? What do I value? What's important to me? And am I getting what I deserve? Am I getting what I'm worth? This is all going to be, especially in partnerships, because it's a Libra moon. So you're going to be thinking about your needs and the other. What am I willing to give to have a partnership? What am I willing to give up? How am I willing to compromise? And Do I have any fears around intimacy? This moon is squared by Jupiter and Pluto in the 11th house. So there could be some conflicts around friendships, the groups that you belong to. Maybe you're feeling a certain type of tension. The things that you once cared about, you might not be... There could be some power struggles in groups, like friends and groups that you belong to, where you feel like you're not seeing eye to eye, or you have your beliefs are changing, your thoughts are changing, and you're wondering, do I really still belong with this group? Do I really still belong with these friends? So that's all part of this T-square. And you're really looking for what you really need right now. You might have been working really hard toward a goal, because all this Capricorn energy in the 11th house. Now, you really need to focus on what you need to nurture yourself. What do I need to recharge? Maybe I've been working too hard. Maybe I need to leave some time for romance and fun. Maybe there's not enough fun in my life. So those are some of the issues you're going to be dealing with. You have Mars in the 12th house and Saturn. So you're completing a cycle, a karmic cycle. And Mars just moved into Aquarius, and Saturn just moved into Aquarius. And Mars is trining Venus in the 4th house. So you really want your home to be your sanctuary. You might be fixing up your home, trying to make it more conducive to love. You're feathering your nest when Venus is in the 4th house, but you could also be having people over eventually. You're going to be, there's potential for love, and the love could, because it's a 4th house thing, it could bring a sense of stability and nurturing to your life. So this is someone who can be very, maybe even maternal, has been a maternal influence. But you have to get rid of some baggage. You got Mars and Saturn helping you do that. Mars is helping you clear out the psychological webs so that you can accept this new beginning. And Uranus is in the 3rd house, so there could be some surprise messages coming. Not all of them pleasant, because Mars is square Uranus. So there could be someone might be pushing your buttons. Maybe one of your relatives, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, close friendships. You might get into some, just don't let anyone push your buttons. And don't respond from an unconscious place. Because when Mars squares Uranus, it could be volatile. It could be sudden and angry energy. Or if you're angry and you get in the car and drive, you don't want to get into any accidents. So calm yourself down. Don't let anyone push your buttons. Don't react. Just respond, but don't react. Because there could be some surprises. Some of the people around you, some of your relatives may surprise you. Or they could be surprised, like breakdowns in travel. Like you might have some problems with a car. So take care of your car, get your tires, get your oil changed, Make sure get it checked out, make sure everything's working. And then we have the new moon in the 3rd house. So this is all about communication. And conjunct Uranus, you may be connecting with people through some type of technology. You may be learning about new technology. This is going to be important to you. You might be starting a new project that involves the internet or the web or using technology in some way. And it's squaring Saturn in your 12th. So you may feel a little bit insecure about it. Maybe have fears around it. Or you may feel blocked by authority figures that are not wanting to go to this cutting edge, place. Mercury is in the 2nd house, and it's in Aries. And it's sextiling Venus in the 4th. So there could be some good, you might be, Mercury in the 2nd can bring money-making ideas. Maybe you got ideas for how you could start a home business, or you could bring more income in. But it's also squaring Pluto and Jupiter. So in the 11th, it's like the people around you, your friends or the groups that you belong to, they're not agreeing with what you're doing. It's like you want to branch out into a new way of earning, and they might not approve for some reason, or you might have to struggle to convince them. Maybe they're a little bit conservative and they don't understand what you're doing. So you're going to have to communicate and be confident that you're in your communication style. The only thing is with Mercury and Aries, Mercury and Aries can be very abrupt or very sudden, like you might just blurt stuff out. So just don't rush into anything. Just take the Emperor's route, solid, steady, disciplined. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't jump to into anything that seems too good to be true, because we also have Venus squaring Neptune at this time. So on the one hand, it could bring a soulmate connection, but it can also bring glamour too. So you might be idealizing someone, or you might be not presenting yourself, because Neptune's in your first house. Be sure that you're presenting yourself properly. That you're not pretending to be something you're not. Or you might just seem very spiritual to others right now, or very confused, one way or another. And the North Node is in Cancer, and it's in your 5th house, and it's at 0 degrees. So it could be that you have the potential to start a new relationship that can create a new karmic path for you. It could be a new beginning. And I feel like you'll feel nurtured by this relationship. You'll feel taken care of. Almost, it has like a maternal influence. It's feeding your soul. Just don't go over the top and expect, miracles. Like, where don't think this person is perfect, because nobody's perfect. You might be at the beginning stages thinking, oh, this person's so wonderful, nothing could go wrong. I mean, you have to see you're dealing with a human being. So as long as you have realistic ideas about things, you should be fine. Now, Mars in the 12th, sometimes that could be repressed anger or depression. Like you might be angry about something and not expressing it. You feel like your energies are frustrated. You may feel like whatever you have been trying to do is blocked. A lot of it could be like some type of psychological block, maybe a fear. So if you have anything that's on your mind, you need to communicate it. Get it out in the open. Talk about it. And that way you won't be controlled by it. You can release it. But definitely, Mercury is sextile Venus. So you're going to be communicating. You might even be signing contracts with someone to work on your house in some way, or maybe making your house, like sprucing up your house in some way. Spending money to feather your nest. And maybe thinking of ways, how can I make money through communication? How can I use, you're going to be thinking of a lot of ideas on how to bring more money in, so you can make all these changes that you're feeling. But Venus trine Mars, so it's like weird, because although we have some of these, this tension and these obstacles at this time with the full moon and the new moon, we also have support from Venus and Mars and Mercury. So there is love there. There is support there. You just have to reach out for it. Don't feel like you're alone. And it's there for you. I mean, love is on in April. You just have to overcome your fears about it if you have any reservations. And then Pluto goes retrograde on the 25th. And that is in, let's see what house. That's the 11th house. Oh, that could bring back some. So it could ease some of the tensions around friendships and the groups you belong to. It could sometimes bring back friends from the past. Maybe you're going to be evaluating. When planets go retrograde, we have a tendency to rethink where we're going and what we're doing. It's a time to go inward, hence the High Priestess. It's time to take time out to think and listen to your inner voice. Find your path. Come to center. And so you might be rethinking friendships and even goals that you've had in the past. Maybe you've had goals that you wanted to achieve, and now they don't have the same meaning. Or you're thinking about taking a different direction towards something that's more meaningful. Like past goals may be falling away, and it's preparing you for a new start in a new direction that's going to be better for you. So you might change your friends, you might change the groups that you belong to. Pluto's going to help you weed out what is not real. So if there's anything that's not real in your life, that's not authentic, that doesn't really speak to your soul, you're going to let that go in favor of something that you can really connect to, like connecting to a bigger cause or something that's bigger than yourself. That's another Pluto thing. It's going to transform the way you deal with friendships. It's going to transform your dreams and your goals, but for the better. And with Saturn coming through your 12th house, it's a time of clearing out old karma, old, anything that's been holding you back, fears, blockages, self-doubt. You have the potential, and Mars is helping you with that energy to cut away what's no longer serving you. Cut away your fears, cut away your blocks or any obligations that have been it's time, like their shelf life is over. It's time. Some things are meant to pass from your life, and Saturn will take that away. But it'll be a freeing energy. It'll free you up to follow a new path that will bring you back to life, that will make you feel more alive, that'll bring fun and love back into your life. So this is just the beginning process. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's starting. And it's already started because you have the Fool in the past. But it's only going to continue over the coming months. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. And if you'd like a private reading, just click on the links in the description box and it'll take you to my website. If you like this video, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment. I love reading the comments. And if you're new, welcome. I hope you're enjoying these videos. And I wish you much to be safe and healthy during this crisis that we're all living under. Know that it will end. We're not going to, and the whole world isn't going to die. But we do have to, hold the line mentally and spiritually and focus on positive outcomes because our thoughts are very powerful right now. So don't live in fear. Don't let fear get a grip on you. Don't become paralyzed. Focus on, yes, we can get through this. Yes, we're going to be okay. And that will manifest instead of the alternative. So have a wonderful April, Pisces. Enjoy the love that's coming your way. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.